And we are live.
Hello.
Hello, hello,
I
hello.
like how you have your image as the cat folk in the picture.
I just like to give that to you guys because this is where shit starts getting real.
Oh boy.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I am your ringmaster, Azarin, and these are my wonderful players and performers. And we're here for another uh, exciting, intriguing session of Wayward Wanderers. It's been a little bit. IRL and illnesses has been taking down people left, right, and sideways. So, stupid seasonal changes, tree sex, all that nonsense. Uh,
I mean, you're not wrong.
I've had a pollen high advisory on my windows since
Oh, jeez.
since like Monday. So yeah, and we've had rain. So the rain isn't doing anything except dusting up
What
the
are you
stupid pollen.
what are you doing?
And Livel has a giant fluff ball.
It's a triple.
Triple.
He
Uh,
looks like a mini dog. You could be a
Yeah.
little mini Yorkie with how
A
much hair he
puppy.
has.
as
A
long as
puppy.
it's as long as it's not a Mogwai, we're all safe.
Nope, he's
Yeah.
just a little piggy.
Dating
His name
myself,
is Rex.
dating myself with that one. Um, but yeah, so we're back. Just to get people caught up as to what's going on. Um, the party has made it to Escadar. Um,
Yay!
they had a shopping day. Uh, they went around, gathered supplies. Did some stuff needed for their trick enhancements. Um,
Anything else?
yep. Uh, Drathal showed Gwennon around the city. They
They
had
went on
some.
a date.
I don't know if it was a date. I mean, we can call it a date, but it was just a man and a woman having an outing, sharing food and drink, and discussing, their life. If you want to call it a date, sure, why not? I guess.
Classifies as a date.
Okay. Your newfound language.
They were technically in their formal gear
Yeah,
as as followers of Desna.
yeah, they're just like, two Des Knights just chilling, you know.
He's
It's
gonna
not
say
a
bye, chat.
bye, Rex.
Bye,
Jesus
Rex.
Christ, he's huge. He doesn't even look real.
I swear, he's only huge because of his fur. If he
it's
was
That's
like
true.
shaved,
it's
he'd look just like every other guinea pig.
like he looks like something you buy from like one of those thrift stores.
Like you go to Build a Bear, and you get the
Build a
dribble
Rex.
version. Build a Rex.
Build a Rex, yep. Build a Rex.
Oh man. So the party, went around, did a bunch of things, mainly because they had to wait until they can get an audience with the chief constable, Indira Paldrine, who basically is in charge of, doling out permission for performers to do their thing in the city in, grand scales like circuses or major performances or things of that nature. So the party is actively trying to secure permission for said um, to get their circus being able to be put up. They're basically pitched outside of town a little ways, so they're not interfering with the traffic or the trade routes or anything like that. Um, and the party got to Andera's office thanks to a Daricus uh, officer Daricus who took them there, and surprised to at least one person because she worked previously for Madame Dustlight's menagerie. um, Delamar Gianvin, who basically is the barker for the menagerie, is there in the office prior to our performers getting there, and he's dropping some heavy shade, um, trying very much to discourage the constable from even allowing them to pitch in the city at all. And that's where we're going to pick up. So I need initiative from everybody.
Still using perspective for the.
Did you say
Uh,
that Delamar is a barber?
a barker.
Barker.
Barker. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
He's basically.
Why not
I
both?
I was
He's,
thinking like a Turgian, but no,
he's
Barker.
he
Okay,
like
got it.
you would know he's pretty much Madame Dustlight's head weasel. Since you worked for the circus previously, he is definitely on the slime scale. He is black ooze level. Alrighty, so
And we're still using perspective on this, right?
I know you can, because this is going to be a this is talking. There's no actual fighting. You can use for purposes of initiative. You can use either your diplomacy or deception if you intend on telling any lies. But this is diplomacy or society.
Oh, okay, good.
So we can't use perception.
It's you can use perception if you want to. I'm giving you the option because um, a this is a conversation battle. Uh, Basically, you're trying to convince the constable that you're a worthwhile investment to the city, and Delamar is going to try and negate that. So, like I said, you can use perception if you want, but you have the option because of the nature of this particular encounter to use diplomacy or society as well. I will let you use deception, but only if you plan on lying, and I'll let you know getting caught in a lie in this situation will have consequences.
Okay, so we could also use society then, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to take my perception because I get an insanely high initiative.
Yeah, same.
I'm using my society and I rolled pretty well.
Are you putting up the turn order for us, Azra?
Yeah, I have to. I have to grab your tokens. Give me a second, because you're technically not on this map. Just you, and you, because there's no real map for her office. It's just theater of the mind for this part. So. Thank you very much, Sue, for that resub.
Time flies, apparently.
You know, and I guess the Steam Lab stuff is working because that was very loud in my ear. No, it's not your fault. I thought the Steam Lab stuff was still broken on the channel side, so I don't really notice it. I don't bother trying to tweak it or put it anywhere specific on the actual OBS because it wasn't working before. But now that I know it actually is working, then I will look to place that someplace.
Are we back at our maximum hit points now?
Yep, everyone is back at max. Okay.
And we have a hero point.
Yep, that's how we start every session. Max hit points and a hero point. All right, so you guys are there. God damn, you guys are rolling like super high for initiative. Holy hell.
And then there's Cantrell.
You know, you always save the best for last.
Wow. Wow, sir. That is bad.
No, it's not.
It's gonna be
Hmm.
okay, and I need Jarthon. Or he is going to use. Constable goes at the end of the round.
Yeah.
Because that's how it goes. Alrighty. So, just to give you guys a quick little recap as to how this operates. Um, so basically, you're here to present your request to the constable. She's somewhat terse, and she basically encourages you to get to your point quickly. She doesn't seem to be a fan of jibba jabba. And basically, you just need to present an argument as to why you should be allowed to open your circus here. And then that is going to result in you rolling for me a diplomacy check, a deception check, or if you have a relevant lore skill, i.e., if any of you took the circus lore, or if you like, I, none of you are gonna have Escadar lore, but I mean, if you have, you know, like if you have some sort of performance lore or something like that, some sort of lore skill that might uh, help your cause. You can roll that again, and then you'll tell me what you roll. I'll make some math checks on my side, and then we'll go from there.
So glad I picked up scam lore.
I mean, if your scam lore can work, I mean, you know.
Mm-hmm. I can tell when the other person is trying to hustle me. All right. Who's first? Oh.
All right, Gwennon, you're first.
Alrighty. So I will start out. Good afternoon, Chief Constable Paldine, and also hello, Delmar. It's good to see you again.
He gives you
We're
like
here because,
a sniveling kind of smile back at you.
okay, I'll kind of ignore the snivel and keep going. Um, we've traveled here from Ab- Abbott,
Aberton.
oh, Aberdeen, and we're hoping to put on some circus performances uh, in your fine city. We feel we have a lot to offer. We do appreciate that the Menagerie Circus is also performing here and that they're very popular. Our circus is somewhat different. I feel we have complementary things to offer and a wide variety of different things, and that the town can benefit and equally from seeing both performances. So I hope you will grant our request to perform in your city.
Alrighty, give me that roll.
Okay, so you need a
Diplomacy, deception, or relevant lore.
okay, I'm going to use circus lore, and that's going to be a 15.
Okay. Alrighty. Delamar now speaks up. Ah, yes, Aberton, where you killed some of the people who were parishioners of a church, I hear. Um, got yourself involved in some sort of squabble with um, the Hermitage. Um, Lots of bad news coming from there, from what I've heard. Demons and the like. I don't think, madam, we want people who consult in the less reputable occultist arts to fare um, our city. They could possibly be a conduit for invoking some bad blood between the darker forces.
Do I get a rebuttal?
Uh, for rebuttal.
Just like a court case here.
Oh yeah, it's like
Objection!
I was
Objection,
I was
hearsay.
I was trying to find like a picture of like of the what's his face dude with like a clown like mask. Okay. Let's see. I will let you make an opposed check. You still have to roll for it, but your argument dictates the DC.
Okay, so
Argue
so
first.
what I'm do I argue first or then roll, or do I roll to see if I can argue?
Argue first, because
Okay,
I determine if the
so
DC is affected by what your case is.
all right, so I will nod to Delamar and I'll say, well, I think, Delamar, actually, if you had investigated further, you would find that we now come quite highly recommended by the mayor and the townspeople. We overall managed to solve several of their problems and left Aberton in a much better state than we found it. And yes, there certainly were some dark forces, as you say, but we were able to successfully defeat these. And I don't think that the overall feeling of the town towards us is in any way negative now, especially after our last performance.
Alrighty. Give me a roll.
Okay, and what am I rolling under?
Same options as before: diplomacy,
Okay, I'll take
deception, or
circus lore.
relevant lore.
That would be a 23.
Okay, and 23. Hmm. You make an interesting point. Um, she looks over to the officer that's in the room, and she's like, Darnissus, um, send a message to the mayor in Aberton and see if any of this checks out. And then he.
Actually, if you wouldn't mind, and Cantrell's going to pull out the paper. This is from the mayor himself. It's the commendation.
All right, she will take that from you. You didn't open it, right? Because it was sealed.
It is sealed.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure you didn't try and pull any chicanery.
No.
All right. I have to ask. I'm not saying you would. I'm just saying I have to ask. So she breaks the seal, and she starts reading, and like before she even starts reading, Delamar's like what proof do we have that this is legitimate? They could have forged this document. We have no idea if this is the case, and the chief constable looks over at Delamar and she points to the wax seal. Um, the wax seals that we use for communication are enchanted. Um, the head officials all have a means of knowing whether or not um, the seal's been tampered with. This is an official seal, so be quiet and let me read. And then he kind of shrinks a little bit, and she reads the letter. Takes her a few minutes, and she just goes, interesting. Um, I would think I would want to employ you more as guards than performers, but do what you will with that. Who else has something to say? And like her mood seems a little bit better than what it was previously. The successful rebuking of Delamar and also having the letter helped you tremendously. Shima is a year ago. Just so you know, you can also prove yourself by showing off your talents. Anything that would, it's a fairly large room, so anything you can do performance wise would also lead to helping. That'd be a performance check if you're going to do that instead of actually, trying to sway her or supporting an argument of someone else. Um, Also, if you possibly, you might not be able to because you have to have specific lores or successes in society. You can try to discredit Delamar or the menagerie if you want to. If you have any, um, if you can think of anything that would help your cause in that respect as well.
Okay, so my turn.
Yep.
All right. So as she's looking over the paper and whatnot, I sort of chime in. If you still if you still wish to send message to the mayor of Aberton, you might as well also send a message, get a message from the head of the Hermitage, as we help them as well.
That is
Are
true.
you gonna elaborate or?
I'm just gonna say that we help them, even save the mayor as well from there. At the time, they were being occupied by a unwelcome force.
All right, make your roll.
Okay. I am using my diplomacy. And that's going to be a 21.
Okay. She looks at you and she says, yes, that is mentioned here in Mayor Aber's notes. If you don't have anything new to add to that, then who's next?
Human bows.
And then Shathra.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Gosh.
Where is good old Mr.
Delamar.
Floozy Man, Mr.
He's
Curl his mustachio sitting.
And this is where the cart gets flipped over. He's sitting in a chair in front of the constable's desk.
Okay. She's gonna crack her knuckles and be like, maybe a demonstration of our skills is in order to help persuade you, ma'am. And she's gonna go over to the chair where he's sitting. And she's gonna give a nice big old smile. And she's gonna pick the chair up over her head.
With him in it.
With him
With
in
him
it.
in it.
Ah,
Yeah.
the strong woman. Yes, the strong woman. I like
If he
it.
was standing, I was gonna like throw my axe a little bit past his head, but he's sitting, so.
Well, you don't want to
Strong
damage
woman.
the office
We're going.
either.
No, then that would make her
going-
pissed.
Yeah, we're going with the safer method.
Go with the safer method. Whee!
Oh God! All right.
Strength check.
Strength check, please.
Let's go.
22.
22. Let's see.
22.
How heavy is this guy?
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Again, things I'm not prepared for. It's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna lift them in the air because that's the thing now.
She's holding him up with one hand, like a waiter.
I would love to do that, but I'd need a natural
Bouncing.
20 for that one.
Fair.
I would almost be willing to donate a hero point to see that.
I was close. I got an 18 at least, but I have a score
Hey.
modifier of 4, so.
Nice.
Good roll.
Let's see. He doesn't seem like there's no description of him that makes him sound like he's
Beast.
yeah, like he, and his picture looks like he's fairly average build. With a 22, it's a little bit of a struggle, but he's surprised. Actually, let's see, because you catch him off guard because he wasn't expecting that. So
I gave him a smile.
yeah, let me give you a smile, and then I'm gonna lift you in the air in your chair, and then see how things go from there. Okay, so he doesn't fall out of the chair. He grabs on white knuckle to the side of the chair. As a little bit of a struggle, but you're actually able to you can't lift him completely over your head, but you get him you get him high. Like the seat of the chair is over your head, but you can't fully extend your arms.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
And then
and you lay him down nicely, I'm presuming. Or
yeah.
okay.
With a little bit of a jostle at the end.
Maybe a little bit of a jostle just to make him a little bit rattled, but because I don't like him, but.
I gotta ask. I never know with you. So yeah, she seems fairly impressed.
And then I flex.
She's like, you're fairly strong. Again, your
Or
performers.
things like this, as performances in our circus, if you allow us in the city.
She's like, she's like looking at, the other, her officer in the room, and she's just like, she's like, do we have anyone on staff who can do something like that? And then he talks, he's like, maybe Gore? I mean, he's full-blown orc though, ma'am,
I am full-blown orc as well. I would love to meet this person. Maybe have a sparring match.
I guess maybe he's a little hot-headed. We don't usually let Gore go out alone, but if the chief constable permits, I'm sure we can arrange something, ma'am. And And she's just like, whatever, we'll discuss it later. Who's next? And Jerthal, steps forward, as graceful as all get out for himself, and he bows and he goes, "Ma'am, since we're discussing what use our circus would have um, to your city, we have several acts that are very much family friendly and appealing to the young ones. Um, our Miss Gwennon right here is actually working on a new act right now that is fairly extravagant and is delightful to the eyes. I myself do feats of daring do, and we have several performers who. And he goes into a small rambling of the the high wire act, and the the dwarves that get shot at the cannons. It's like we have a very decent variety to appeal to the masses and give them a break from the jury and drudge of their day-to-day life. And she gives him like a and let's see. Um, all right, cool. That works. And she looks over at Delinar, and she's like, I don't know, some of the performances at the Dusklight have been a little aggressive as of late. And he starts going into how it's just that's the nature of the performance, man. It's like we have to keep the audience thrilled and on their toes, and um, we have to make sure that we want them wanting more. It's like it's hard to do that when you have some mamby-pamby things. You have to fill them seats. Understandable.
Can I get a rebuttal on that one?
Uh, Only when it's his go.
Okay.
And he used up his. So. And Cantrell.
Kind of looks about the room. I think we've pretty much said most of what we need to say here, as far as proving our worth to you specifically. But to go on further, you also have a member of Pathfinder Society as one of the members of our circuit. We all actually take our time to get to know the city that we're in, help out where we can, on the side, of course, with permissions. And I dare say we solved pretty much all of the problems over in Aberton that I can think of. The the revival of the church for Everton's out of character. I'm trying to remember the money god.
Oh, um, hold on. I don't have that chapter in front of me right now.
I know it's no problem. I basically say that that church and their safety is now at hand. There is also a a couple near do wells who tried to monopolize the bar at the tavern that was also dealt with. And on top of that, at the Hermitage, we not only saved the mayor, the head priest, our friend Jathal here, who we met along the way, but also went to one of the sacred Ion Stone towers and rid of it. Those foul creatures and demons that were trying to wreak havoc on the people of Everton and all those around it. As soon as that was completed, all the crops started growing again. People started to thrive rather than just trying to survive.
All right, if you're done, you can give me a roll.
29.
Okay.
And of course, as a member of the Pathfinder Society, I would also lend my aid to Fair City here. However I could.
Alrighty, so she like leans back, heavily in her chair, and she like, she's just like rubbing like, that vein that pops on people's, forehead. She's just like, and then, Delamar is like, seriously, you can't be thinking of taking them seriously, madam. I'm like, think of the people. And she's just like, and he just stops talking. She doesn't even like, she doesn't even open her eyes. She just, she's just like, shush. Um, and she goes, um, all right. I tell you what. I'm going to approve your requisition. Don't make me regret this. Um, so she tells you that uh, she hands you like some forms and whatnot that you need to fill out. The main important part is the plot that you'll be provided needs to be cleared by yourselves. The city doesn't have the resources to clear a plot of land for you. Also, 5% of all your earnings um, are to be handed over as tax.
Very well.
And this is for each performance.
Each performance?
Yep. And
Alright.
she goes, I'm feeling somewhat friendly today. I'll give you 2 weeks to start the performance. The plot is rather big, um, but no more than that. I expect 2 weeks from today to be sitting in the stands, seeing you do the things you say you claim to be able to do.
Perhaps even sooner. Thank you for your time.
And by the way, ma'am, as we have helped Aberton, if you ever do need some assistance with any issues you happen to have, as you know, we are quite skilled, and can gladly help in those matters too.
I'll take that under advisement. I'm a busy woman. All of you go.
We shall take our leave. And that just kind of follows the guard out.
Wolfie
Or-
bows, and I bow.
Shimmer bows as well.
And when
Gwennon would have to curtsy. Just one thing.
and then when you all get outside the office, including Delamar, and the door is closed, he just goes. He like just he stomps off and he goes, don't think you've heard the last of us will make you regret coming back to this town. And he just stomps off. Doesn't even let you get a chance to put a word in.
Wolfie's
We're
gonna
gonna-
growl anyway.
Well, as
We're-
as he as he's stopping off, Shimmer just sort of under her breath says, "Tell your clown friend we said hi."
All right. Did he just say we're gonna regret them coming back to this town? Sounded weird.
No, you know what I meant.
Yeah. Oh.
Alrighty, so you guys actually secured a plot of land.
Mhm.
You doubted us.
Was I wrong to?
No.
Look, I kept my crazy shenanigans to a minimum. I just lifted him in the air. It's fine.
You know, you've not proven to me this far in this campaign that I could succeed. I could reliably think that diplomacy is going to be like a way out for you guys in situations.
Not all the time. But-
You kind of like to tango and Nash your way out of certain situations. So
When it calls for it, sure.
when it calls for it, yeah, okay. So you've done all of that. So one of the other things that you can possibly do is if there's any information gathering you want to do in the town. It's too late in the day to actually do any clearing or anything like that tonight. You'll have to start tomorrow for that. But you do have a night to do some sort of activity, whether it be some sort of information gathering or working on any projects or doing anything regarding your tricks or anything like that.
I totally need to work on trading Wolfie.
Hmm.
I need like one more successful roll, and I think I got Wolfie trained.
Think Cantrell's going to spend some time going over the paperwork, but also letting everyone know in the circus that the menagerie may try something. So keep your wits about you around the plot.
There's a little bit of worry
Hmm.
when you mention that, but there's nothing exceedingly so. Just they knew the possibility of running into the menagerie might be a thing, but they hoped it would not be so readily.
Well, when you one up them in front of the constable in the city that you're coming to, that happens. He just kind of goes back to his paperwork.
So, Gwennon has successfully upgraded her trick, yes?
Correct.
So I'm going to suggest to the group that if they are in agreement, that Jathal and I, dressed as followers of Desna, are going to wander around the city and kind of see if we can get a feel for how the townspeople feel about the menagerie circus and try to not necessarily spread the word of our circus, but indicate that we are from another circus, but not from a rivalry point of view, but that we are a different circus that's in town, and
Basically, giving them another option.
giving them an option, pointing out that we're there, but also trying to get a feel for whether or not, like, how the townspeople feel about the menagerie, and are there any bad vibes out there about us already that the menagerie has planted.
Yep, you can vet. You can definitely do that. So I will let you know that if you're specifically gathering information on the Celestial Menagerie, because you were a former circus member there, there's some common knowledge you already know. Firstly, Mistress Dustlight obviously is a charismatic catfolk, and she's the owner of the menagerie. And the menagerie has an ever-changing roster of performers, combined with interactive circus grounds. Makes it very popular with the Escadar citizenry. Um, Also, that she employs a variety of performers, including magical monsters and creatures of legend. She has them under firm control. Um, no one's quite sure how she's able to keep such a tight rein on such creatures. Um, and the audiences usually cheer um, for a lot of the different acts they have, including the Azatars. Uh, they have a troupe of juggling giants, and they have a troupe of mammoth riders.
Mammoth riders.
Yeah, like,
Give me ideas.
well, find a mammoth and train it.
I would get there at some point.
Like, I'm not saying they're mammoths in the game. I'm just saying, if you happen to find one.
So interactive circus grounds, that would be like games of chance and things
Yeah,
like that.
stuff like
people
that.
can-
Games of chance, like the hammer and bell, ring toss. Just circus games, things like that. Catching fish, and things of that nature.
Do we know what their admission would be and whether our admission is comparable or perhaps a little lower because we have a smaller circus? Or
The circus formulas don't really account for that.
okay.
As far as an entrance fee, that's not it's inherent to the calculations, but it's not itemized. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
Basically, the better the better your circus is, the higher potential you have for making money with the circus.
Okay.
And lastly, this is the last bit of common knowledge you have that for those who are in the know, um, she does use various underhanded means to keep her performers in line. Um, Blackmail, threats, withholding wages, outright abuse. However, there's never been enough evidence to actually um, take her to
Victor.
task. So, so there may potentially be some people in the circus who have a grudge, but there's not a whole lot any of them can do about it.
Except those of us who just left.
Well, like escaped. He didn't just leave. That's for sure that's not a thing that would be allowed. Like it
So
was a covert op.
having escaped um, from the circus, am I in danger of being kidnapped by the circus back again or no?
Not to be put back into the circus, but as all the former circus employees are in danger of reprisal. Uh, Mistress Dustlight does not like. Um, she doesn't enjoy not getting her way.
Which is why I'm traveling with a bodyguard, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that works.
Shimmer's going to take the time to more or less scout out around the plot and see the limitations. Also check out if there's any like wildlife that we need to be wary of, or any places that might be easy for those who may want to cause us trouble. May be able to hide or do things without our knowing right away.
That's going to be an actual thing for the party in the morning. Um, So I'll let you pick something else. If you want to
Okay.
go by yourself, or if someone else is going to get you isn't going to go with you, then I can't promise you there won't be encounters that you're not supposed to be running into yet.
Okay. Other than that, she'll just keep a watchful eye over the camp that we're at right now and stay guard.
Would there be any sort of a role that I could do
Uh,
to
yes.
assess
I
the
was.
feeling of the town?
I would need
Or
a diplomacy check, or um, or a circus lore check.
I will use I will definitely use circus lore. That would be a 26.
Okay. So you and Jathal go out and roll me a d6.
Ah, 6. These
Yeah.
days are obviously traveling with them has made them much better dice.
Maybe one of your nieces burnt some sage over your dice when you weren't looking. So you and Jathal have a rather pleasant evening. Um, go
Yay.
out, strolling around, seeing the sights, just, talking to people. You run into a few other, worshippers of Desna. Um, Not clergy, but, just citizens who are worshippers, and they recognize, because you said you're going out in your clerical garb, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, so they're they give you the proper bows and respects, and you wind up getting into a conversation with some of them, um, and they tell you that Mistress Dusklight has stolen many hearts over the years, um, and that her current consort is an Asmar named Maziel, um, who is basically um, like they're not everyone is glitter eyed by the circus. It's entertaining for sure, but I mean, if you look hard enough, you can see the seedier side. Um, and you have run into some people who basically know that Mistress Dusklight isn't all she appears to be. And they say that they feel sorry for this Mazael because he's in their words blissfully ignorant of her villainous nature.
How are you spelling his name, please?
Mazael. Mazael.
Okay, thank you.
And that's pretty much all you can find out from walking around. Um, Unless you want to do something specific, that's pretty much all you get.
I think we're good with that. Unless somebody in the group out of character can think of anything else we should be doing to add to this information.
I was just gonna be training Wolfie, so I wasn't gonna be involved in doing any information gathering.
I'm
I
standing
guess what I'm
guard.
asking the group is, am I missing anything critical that I
Out
should
of character, is there anything that you think of?
anything that I should be asking about that I might not be?
Oh, oh,
Answering.
oh. I honestly no, I don't think so.
Okay, let's leave it at that.
Alrighty. So give me that animal handling roll. Poor favor.
Let's go, Wolfie. We're gonna get you trained. It's almost there. Just need one more. I can get my character sheet to cooperate again. Okay. Animal handling. Nature check. Hero point. Got a freaking 1. Freaking. I need it the most. 21.
Alrighty, that is enough.
Wolfie's trained.
So
She can do the trick.
So you now have successful access to the animal trait.
Yep.
So that is now your second trait.
Yes.
And with that, you can now incorporate Wolfie, or technically any animal you have successfully trained, into an act.
I'm working on that bear.
You should also be careful about Wolfie because the other circus may want to take her because she's not a normal wolf.
Well, that is too damn bad. She is mine. I will kill somebody.
Ooh, them's fighting
It's
words.
like, don't make me John Wick your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so let's see. See you guys within that.
What else the other trait was? It was the
Your initial
Dexterity.
trick was a combination of juggling and target practice.
yeah.
Like you would basically like juggle axes and throw them at a target, and then if you were able to convince someone to be brave / stupid enough to be under the target, you throw the axe at their head.
I forgot what the initial trait was.
Hold
It
on.
had a dexterity check, or dexterity trait, or something like that.
No, hold on. I need to look at the. Okay. Animal throwers. I think it was. No, it wasn't agile. I think it was attack because you really couldn't, because the axes aren't agile weapons. But you. Yeah, it was. So yeah, it was a basic attack. Because you don't have the juggler feats at all.
No, I don't.
So it was a basic.
I think I'm gonna be taking juggling out of my my
Yeah.
trait and just be an axe thrower.
Yeah, so it was basic attack, and because your act has the potential of harming someone, you automatically get the injury trait.
Okay, so I have the injury trait and the animal trait.
Animal.
And you can use like using your basic attack as a trait for something that requires you to use a weapon doesn't count against your trait check. I don't count it against it because everyone has basic combat knowledge. Everyone has basic combat knowledge, and incorporating that into a performance for a trained performer is not a hard thing to do. So if you want to do something specific, like light them on fire or do something like that, that's something you'd have to add as a
Wait.
trait to it.
Lighting on fire is actually a thing I can do with this, with axes. I can light an axe on fire.
Yeah, the other juggler juggles flaming pins.
Yeah, dip it in oil, light it on fire.
Yeah, and he does fire eating.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna throw it
I mean, the same thing.
at a target.
Yeah, you can do that.
Ooh! Yes! Perfect.
All right. So you're gonna add fire. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So fire is your second trait. You have three traits. Injury
Okay.
trait.
Injury
Inju-
has to be automatically
yeah.
though.
Injury
Yeah.
is automatically. So
Fire
basically, you
trait.
have
Awesome.
fire, animal, and injury. So.
I think I know how to workshop something for you, Shatra.
Oh, really?
Yeah, considering you're adding fire and you're using a target, imagine if
Yeah.
the target was like the trigger for something else that was on fire or able to be lit on fire.
God.
Kind of like, how the trail of gunpowder thing?
Oh, yeah. You light that on fire, and then you also throw the axe that's already on fire at it? No? What do you mean?
Either way, you could either light the axe on fire, throw it at the target gets on fire, the line starts going,
Yeah.
and then you go on to the next one, and then you go to the last one, and then all three of the lines go together for fireworks.
Oh, yeah, that is perfect. Yes, I love that. Yes, we're doing that.
Yeah.
Yes, we're doing that. 100%.
Now you just need to find fireworks.
Yes.
Yonkcast fireworks.
Yeah. You have a tinkerer on staff.
Yonk had fireworks in her act.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. Now we don't have like 3 jugglers. Now I'm just an axe thrower.
Just next to-
Which is better.
oh, dear Lord.
Not a great juggler.
Alrighty, so let's do this. Let's take a quick break before I take you guys over to the next area.
Okay.
So you guys successfully negotiated getting into the town. You got some more info, worked on your trick a little bit. So now you need to clear the land for said performance. You have 2 weeks to clear. Also remember that in that 2 week time, you also need to do some barking to get people interested in the circus and get your anticipation up.
Of course.
Shatra already did that at the bar.
Who knows? I might go back.
Like
Gotta have
like-
some time for my stomach to recover.
Yeah, there is already some added anticipation because of Shatra. People probably be a little less enthused that she's not gonna try and down a barrel of beer, but
Throwing flaming axes is gonna be pretty sweet though.
throwing flaming axes is probably the next best thing. So, give me a second here. All right, guys. So we're gonna step away for a second. Get up, refresh your drinks, do all that fun, happy stuff, and
Gotta make myself something to eat.
yes, eat. No passing out is allowed.
I have not eaten yet today.
Oh my God, I'm
I mean,
gonna hurt you guys.
all right. See you in a few.
Alrighty, guys. We'll be right back. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're
Me, I'm only half myself.
we're back. Sorry about that. Need to fix cameras. Sadly, Weird's was not feeling too well. He was gonna try and tough it out, but his stomach did not agree with that assessment, so he had to bow out. So, give me a second. Let me fix cams. Let's see.
Darn you, nature.
And give me a few guys to get this done. I'm also gonna have to do this again for the battle map because that's a thing. Okay, that is one down. And I gotta do the same thing over here. Oops.
Got a map that we have not seen yet.
Yep, yep. This is a map you have not seen yet. It's a new map. Haha. Blame it on those tricksy hobbitses.
Now I did a refresh, but I don't have that map.
Because I haven't moved your banner
Oh.
over to it yet. That's why.
Okay, all right.
I gotta take care of this stuff first. Because I have a separate Rule 20 instance running for the map. That's why when I go to the map screen, it's always up, even if you guys aren't on it.
Okay. Do we get a second hero point?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Darn Shothra's case one.
Well,
Yep.
But hey, they're handy when you need them, you know.
all right. I think that's good.
And we actually don't have an Azarin visible either.
It's because I haven't flipped. I'm working on it. I was just like, we're doing it live, lady. I had to like
I know.
fix the cams and stuff. There's no auto button for that. I wish.
If only.
Be nice.
It'd make everything so much easier.
It'd be nice if I could pre-populate the camera positions and then have like the markings and settings for them. Like I can go, okay, it would be like meeting software lets you pre-populate stuff, so you can basically go, I can define a window for each of you, and that's your window. Place it, and then it's always going to be there. If I could do that, that would be amazing. But yeah, that's not a thing you get with free software. That's the thing you get with really expensive software, and even they don't do it right. Okay. So you guys should be on the map. Let me know if you can or can't see it.
Yep.
I see it.
See it.
All right, cool. Alrighty. So as usual, I have little markers. Don't go past the markers. So give me a second here. So this is so after staying a night at the place where the circus was previously camped, you guys move all your stuff over to the campsite that was designated by the chief constable. So it is there's a dirt road about a mile north from Escadar, and it ends abruptly at this bramble-choked valley. It is heavily forested and thick. There are two rough trails that lead into the forest. One of them is blocked by a fallen oak. And it's rotted over and there's a bunch of mushrooms sprouting on it. There's a clearing further to the east. Some sort of passageway of some kind. But this is pretty much it. So you guys have 2 weeks to clear this area. So it's basically overgrown brush and bramble. You can't really pitch anything down yet because you really have to clear the land, weed it, even it out. For the most part, most of that's done. It's just it's really overgrown. So basically, you guys just got to come out and, hack down all the overgrowth. And the chief constable specifically picked this area because you guys professed how strong and guard worthy you were, and she hasn't been able to get this particular patch of land cleared for quite some time. So it's twofold. You clear the land, it saves her having to find people to actually clear the land who won't die. And you get a spot to put on your performances. And when you're done and
Okay.
gone and out of her hair, she has a cleared patch of land that she can actually do something productive for the city with.
Great.
Killing multiple birds with one stone.
Yeah, that's why she's got the job she's got, man. She's
All right.
she's efficient, scarily so.
Shimmer's gonna check around the oak over here.
Okay. Is anyone else going with her, or are you just gonna go there by yourself? What's going on? I need to know what you're doing.
I'm gonna inspect the grounds for anything like dangerous that could potentially try and kill us.
Where?
Because last time we had snakes come out of the woodworks. Just any like tracks, anything that I can investigate. I can point
Yeah,
me in a direction.
there. Well, I can tell you now. There's nothing but overgrowth where you are right now. So, if you're gonna try and investigate a particular location or something, you need to. Do you want this to be your starting point?
Where I am, yes. And then I'm gonna look for like tracks and stuff and see if there's anything curious.
All right, make a roll.
Nature roll.
Actually, it's perception.
Perception. That's perfect. That's even better. Freaking character sheet. Oh. All right, perception.
Mm-hmm.
16.
Okay.
And then have Wolfie do some sniffing.
Okay. All right. With a 16, there's nothing evident where you are right now that you can find. You can roll me a scent-based perception check for Wolfie if you want.
Okay, so just basically perception for her then again.
Mm-hmm.
22 for
20.
Wolfie's sniff.
22. So, Wolfie starts sniffing around, and she starts to growl. Um, and
She do like a Scooby Doo point.
she meanders like over here and like heading this way. It's like she's sniffing and sniffing, and then she gets like right around here, and then she just starts just like brrr. Like there's something she doesn't like that is down this way.
But anyone care to join me over here? Wolfies might be finding something that might be possibly dangerous.
Okay, and we're going to put Kentrell over here where it's safe because he is out of commotion right now. Actually, we're just going to take you off the map. Twink, there we go.
Yeah, Shimmer will come over and see what's going on.
Well, it's actually it's Gwendolyn's go. So
Gwen would go over there as well, and presumably Jafal would be not far behind.
Okay.
So I can just move my character, probably. Well,
got to use the arrow.
just here, I think it'd be good.
All right. Okay.
Then it's my turn again, I guess.
Yeah. Well, don't move yet. Give me a second. Let me see. Give me a nature or perception check.
Me?
No, Shima.
Oh.
Nature or perception?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going perception. I have better that. And that's gonna be 22.
So you get close to the log, and you hear the other party members talking about Wolfie reacting to something over that way. And as you're stepping away from it, like like you can tell like the rot on this wood is more from like a large amount of bugs eating at it.
Protein.
Like the rot isn't just like, oh, it's been here for a long time. It's like, like it looks more like
Okay.
a bug infestation of some kind.
All right, so that's something to take care of. All right. I'm going to start wandering over towards the rest of the group, keeping that as a mental note.
All right.
So what's up?
Wolfie smells something, and she is quietly not happy about it. So I'm gonna go see what it is. Could be dangerous.
All right, I'll follow suit just in case.
Give me a second. Just moving the map. Perfect. All right. So where are you going? How far are you going? All that good stuff.
Is Wolfie still on the scent? Because I'm just let her lead us to wherever she feels like is where it's going.
Okay. Give me another check.
All right. $21 for Wolfie's sniff sniff.
Okay.
Sniff,
Wolfie,
sniff instead of snoop, snoop.
I
Wolfie-
just picture her doing like the Scooby Doo point.
So she's like sniffing in a circle around here. She's really agitated in this area, but she's nosing in this direction.
Okay. I guess I'll go see what's over here then.
Okay, you having her follow you?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna. So are you the rest of you following close? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Follow close.
Okay. Alrighty, so. Alrighty, so as you're walking into that area, I need you all to give me perception checks.
Or 6.
23.
Mm.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Oh, you could have just not have been perceptive, but okay.
19.
All right, and Drathon. Okay. Thanks. All right, so you all notice that there is a. Actually, let me grab.
Oh!
Oh dear.
Oh, it's a burr! That's a big burr. That'd be bad.
Hey, you want to tame it? Bring it back to your other bear?
Oh my, no, I'm fixated on that bear. That bear's already circus trained. I just had it to like me.
All right, so
Training a new
Seems
bear
to
would
have
be.
an X through it though.
because it's dead.
Ooh.
Aw, it's a dead burr.
So you come across who looks like a watering hole of some kind, um, and like Wolfie just gurring at the bear's general direction. So everyone sees the dead bear because it's the big dead bear. You all notice that there are um, the bear's tracks, as well as there's also paw prints of some kind, but there's two different sets. There's very large, like paw prints, and then there's much larger paw prints
Hmm.
compared to that. And like the bear's like carcass is really close to the watering hole and can potentially foul the water that's there. Um, so what are you guys gonna do with it?
I'm
Does it
gonna
look like
check.
it? Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna check the bear carcass real quick, and if possible, try to drag it away from the water.
I was
Okay,
gonna say let's didn't need it, but okay.
it's been there for a bit. It's not
Oh, it's been there for. It's not a fresh kill. Oh, okay, never
yeah, it's not
mind.
a fresh kill. I mean,
Oh, never mind.
I mean, it hasn't been here for weeks and whatnot, but I mean, there's obvious decay.
Oh, never mind. I'm good then. I don't really want to skin that then.
Yeah. But you guys can, move it, deal with it, however you want to do.
Yeah, I'll help Shima move it.
All right. So, let's see. Someone roll me a d4.
4, 2.
All right. So you guys are pretty quick. It takes you about 2 hours to drag this thing out of here.
It's that big?
Huh?
It's that big?
Well, it's a whole process. You have to drag it
Oh.
off. Like, have you ever seen a real grizzly bear like in like real life? Like, it's not just like it's
No.
they're huge and dense. Like they're literally just walking fur with muscles underneath. Like bears are no joke. Like you see a bear, if you don't have a tactical advantage, you leave the area. Bears will f you up. um, so it takes 2 hours to drag it off because it's fucking heavy. Um, and you take it over to the tail end of where the makeshift, the ramshackle camp for the circus is at right now, and then basically you guys who like there are some usable parts some people want. So basically, like all the nasty stuff gets sloughed off. They burn in a hole somewhere. They get what they can use off of the carcass, and then basically, just make like a big burn pit and just basically burn the rest, so they can be easier to dispose of. Because charcoal is way easier to get rid of than like heavy flesh.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true.
and it smells like horrible stuff for a while because burning rotten bear corpse. So,
Yeah.
but it takes you about 2 hours to get all that stuff done with the circus. And we'll get rid of you guy.
And then come back here. I'm gonna check the water.
um, give me a perception check.
That is gonna be 16.
Um, you don't know why, but you would have expected for the water to have been a little bit murkier and nasty than it currently is. Um, like you're not sure if the water's healthy, but it doesn't look like the disgusting hell pit that you would think it would be for a dead bear being next to it.
I take a stick and poke it in the water.
Um, how big of a stick?
Maybe a foot and a half long?
With a foot and a half long, you don't really feel anything. I mean, it comes out clear. I mean, there's no scum on the surface of the water.
How deep does it go?
You'd have to go in. You can't see a bottom.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. But I'm not gonna chance it yet.
Okay.
You could take the Tickles approach and just jump in.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah. Please, just jump in. So while you guys are all doing that, Jathal notices that there is this is an oak tree, and while you're all looking around it, Jathal actually notices that there is a knot in the oak tree, and he pokes at it, and he finds some stuff. He tells you that he saw the initials JW carved into the trunk, and when he went to touch the JW, um, like a bunch of bark just crumbled away, and he found in there, it looks like some sort of like dark liquid in a vial of some kind. And he found like a small set of chimes and 10 platinum pieces.
Ooh.
Okay. Hmm.
And he's like, he sticks his hand in there. And he just like, I think that's it. So,
Well, the liquid we're gonna have to get checked.
what's gonna have to get checked?
The liquid,
Mm.
the black liquid. Um.
And since y'all had good perceptions, I'm not gonna make you roll it again. For being in this hunk of wood for God knows how long, the chimes look in immaculate condition.
I think Gwen would like to take a look at those.
Yeah, can I do a... Hmm. Would Arcana tell me more than religion? Yeah.
It'll tell you different things than religion, not necessarily more.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a... Because I would have no reason to think they were religious particularly. I think I'll do an Arcana check.
All right.
And that would be 16.
With a 16, you don't know what they are. Um, there's some weird markings you can't really make out too clearly. Um, but you can sense evocation magic on them. But you don't know what purpose that magic has.
Would that be a good thing to take back and have Cantrell have a look at them, maybe?
You can do that later if you want, yeah.
Same with the black liquid, I guess.
Yeah,
Too.
I'm thinking those would be good things for Cantrell to have a look at.
All right. So someone just make a note of that you have them.
Yeah, I've made a note that Jathal found the items.
All right. As for the platinum pieces, would it be okay if I take one of them?
I mean, it's party money, so you guys have to figure out how you want to split it up. I mean, if you all want to grab one right now and figure out how to split it up later, that's fine. But I mean, most places that are not very high end don't really take platinum pieces as currency because it's just too big of a denomination to deal with effectively. You would have to go to a bank of some kind and have it broken down if you want to use it as regular currency. But you can keep it as platinum pieces, for the time being.
Okay. I can hold on to those until later if you want, or do we
Okay.
want to bring it over to the circus now?
Why don't you make a note that you have them for now, since we're not like right there?
Okay, I'll put it in my inventory for now then. Okay, so other than needing to check out the water a little bit more thoroughly, I think that's it for this little area. We can see about maybe getting the trees trimmed down a little bit. And then we need to set up the circus and whatnot.
I'm gonna have Wolfie do one more scent based tracking. See if
Well, and
she
what about the tracks? Can Wolfie track? Could she follow those tracks?
I can track. Wolfie can track too, I think. But she can mainly does scent. So I'll do it. I'll try and track the traps. Oh great, that ain't gonna work out very well for me. That is a 12 for me, and I'm gonna roll Wolfie's scent based tracking. Wolfie does way better than I do. 24 for Wolfie, and a good old 12 for me. For
Yeah,
tracking.
apparently I have set based tracking as well. Smell based.
Oh, you can do the sniffs too?
Yeah.
Oh, it's right, because you are a cat.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But my range is 30 feet, so.
Alrighty. So let's see. Let's see where the traffic is. Alrighty. So standing here, you can see that there is a structure off in the distance this way that you can see. There seems to be like some log bridges of some kind connecting some island structures. The main body of water is like is a swamp. It's not like it's not like super murky. Like it's not water you're gonna want to drink. Like you're gonna want to boil it. You don't want to stick your face in there and just start glugging down. But it doesn't look like a bog. It just looks like a swamp. So there's lots of peat and moss and just debris and whatnot in the actual water itself. It seems like this is where it kind of just slowly just swishes around. It looks like that it looks like it's an inlet of some kind because the water here doesn't really move anywhere. It just kind of just ebbs into here and just kind of just there's current, but it's just moving around the area that you can tell if you get close to the log or anything like that. When Wolfie gets to here, well, have to be the right icon. Here, Wolfie starts growling again, and you do see some tracks that lead in this general direction.
Well, if that's where Wolfie's growling, we're gonna go look at it.
Okay.
and then we'll just keep following Wolfie.
Okay, when you get to here, you just need to stop.
Can we assume that while we're doing this, that the other circus performers would be working on sort of the simple clearing
Yeah, that's
of
that.
the
Yeah,
site?
that's specifically what they're doing. They're
Okay.
basically cutting back, you know,
Overgrowth.
hedges and cutting down overgrowth. You know, picking up sticks and rocks and things of that nature. They're literally clearing and leveling out the land, so that way you guys can put the circus stuff up on it. It's not like it's unsafe in its current condition. So that is what they are doing because it's the simplest task and it doesn't require, um, any martial skills really. And is Gwennon going to come with?
Yes, 3. Got my map all the way out, so very tiny here. I guess I could fit right about there. Yeah.
Alrighty, so you guys come to a cave entrance. The forest ends abruptly where a sheer slab of quartz studded granite looms over the treetops. A cave mouth yawns open in its side. The cave is dark, and its mossy walls are studded with patches of ghostly white fungus. A narrow tunnel at the back of the cave leads deeper into the hill, forking into paths leading north and southeast.
I want to investigate the cave from where I'm standing. I'm going to use my sense of smell to see if I could smell anything that might be living in here.
Okay.
That's still a perception, right?
Just give me a second here. Just want to make sure I have the right one. Yep, you can give me perception.
Okay, that's going to be a 22.
With a 22, it smells lived in by some sort of creature of some kind. You don't know what or how many, but it has the telltale smell of something feral living in it.
I sort of
Here,
glance over to Shathra and Gwennon
however,
and
you do notice that in here also is the smell of the bear. Um, so you're not 100% sure if you're just smelling the lingering scent of the bear just being in here because it is a cave. It takes a while for those type of scents to settle and get you know dissipated, especially if it's a cave with no airflow. But you definitely smell the bear. With a 22, you smell something else other than the bear, but you're not sure what that is.
okay, I look over to Shathra and Ren and sort of give him a whisper of there are things in here. I don't know what or how many, but we should be on our guard if we're going to venture in here.
We have to figure out what's in here. We can't just let it stay to become a danger possibly for the circus and
Also, that bear that we found, I think it came from here as well.
Okay,
I agree with Shastra. I think because it sort of goes directly onto the circus what's going to be the circus grounds, I think we have to make sure that it's safe.
Right. Gonna try to not so much stealth, but be as quiet as possible as I'm venturing in through here.
Will be
All right.
too.
So I will tell you. So as you come in, you can kind of see a little bit better in here. There is no natural light in here. Once like past this corridor, it just goes into pitch. Um, like you can kind of see kind of well where you are because the quartz is um, basically reflecting the the amount of sunlight that it can actually get through the
I also
entrance.
have low light vision, so
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
so do I.
all right. You can tell since you're in front, Shima, that there looks to be several rusty caltrops scattered in let's see, in this area right here.
I am going to try to dust them away a little bit so I don't step on them. Sort of brush them off to the side.
Okay. So I'm presuming everyone's following.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
You successfully brush them off. Um, you're in a chamber. Anyone with low light vision can see in here. There are burnt out torches. They look really old. And they are placed in crude holes in the wall. You see the leftover of a fire pit. It looks like the remnants of some sort of camp that's been in here. Chunks of granite and dirt are heaped against the rocky walls, as if someone attempted to clear the cave's floor. So someone tried to actually level this thing out. The ceiling in
Looks like
here,
someone.
the ceiling in here is about 7 feet high.
Yeah, it looks like someone was attempting to live here for a bit, but
I
they
would
haven't been
like
here for a while.
I would like to look around specifically to see if I see anything with a name that matches or further initials that match the JW, I think it was, that we saw on the tree trunk.
All right, give me the perception.
Perception?
Yeah, perception.
Only a 15.
Let's see. Is anyone else going to try and look around? Because the
I'll do.
15 will not find you anything of import.
19?
With a 19,
Can I also ask Jathal, since he was the one that found the tree to start with the initials?
sure. Yeah, he pretty much spots the same thing that Shima
Am I?
spots is a journal that looks to be very tattered. Um, you guys rummage through it. It's a loose leaf parchment notebook. It's bound in burgundy leather and tied shut with a knot with a knotted silver cord. The journal details. Are you going to spend some time reading the journal?
Yeah, I go and skim through it.
All right. So the journal details the exploits of a pickpocket um, turned cat burglar, um, and he names himself um, in the journal as Juniper Wenzel.
That's our JW.
The entries are dated. Um, They start in 4700 AR. The scale of Juniper's crimes grow as um, the entry dates approach the present, progressing into ambiguous heists targeting banks and temples. Towards the end of, you can tell it's a her, um, by the name and the nature of the writing. Also, the penmanship is impeccable. Um, Telltale signs of a woman. Juniper confides her fears that Ondera Paldrine, a competent deputy, she's marked as a deputy, working to rise in the constabulary, has obtained evidence of Juniper's guilt. The journal's final entry is dated 4712. Let's see. In addition to her memoirs, the text contains a sketch of the cave system with area, with like the area just to the southeast, labeled as Wanderer's Folly Danger. Juniper's journal also references stolen items hidden in a tree in a nearby glade. You found that already, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, also searching in the area. You basically, just go through like the stuff on the ground and the stuff that's, the nasty bedding and whatnot has been here forever. You find a chest buried in a pit, and I'm presuming you're going to open the chest.
I check it out to see if how old the chest looks.
It's a few years old. It's been here for a while.
All right. I'll attempt to open it.
Okay. Like you pull out the lock, and they can tell the lock is very rusty. Like at one point it was locked, but just without much force, um, it just pops open from the rust. And inside you find a cloak. You find a rolled up pack of these weird tools of some kind. They're long and thin. Some of them have crooked ends and whatnot. You're not sure what they are.
Probably thieves'
do I
tools.
recognize those as thieves' tools?
Are you proficient?
Well, yeah.
Then
I have a uh, uh, T7 proficiency in thievery.
yeah. You notice that these are not only thieves' tools, but these are infiltrator thieves' tools.
Ooh, that's nice.
These are very finely made, and basically give you an item bonus when you try and pick locks or disable devices.
Can I ask for those?
I hand them over to Gwennon.
Okay, and there also
There was a cloak.
Yeah, it was a cloak. There was also a set of picks. These are basically again lock picks.
I'll also give those to Gwennon.
So basically, Gwen with the infiltrator, thieves tools, and picks. If you should break your thieves tools because of a failed roll or something like that, you can actually use stuff from the picks and infiltrator thieves tools to replace items in your kit without having to do a repair.
'Cause I didn't have any of the tools or anything yet. I hadn't
Oh,
got that far as
well,
to
then you're
purchase
perfect. Then you're
anything.
perfectly fine. So you're good to go.
Wow.
Right.
This was
Uh,
back when we were breaking down doors, and I thought, you know, it might be nice to be able to pick locks, but hey, we have an orc.
And
We still didn't.
exactly.
We still didn't get those doors that you broke down to turn into shields.
Eh.
you also find 8 garnets.
Garnets.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. I will tell you now. They're worth 10 gold each.
Oh.
That's 80 gold. Why are you like, ow, greedy?
Eh.
Nah.
It all helps. Do we notice anything unusual about the cloak?
It looks really well. It looks in really well maintained condition, um, for it being in a chest for all this time.
I sort of lay it out to get an idea of how it looks like. The color, size.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. So it looks like a nondescript gray cloak. It looks drab and uninteresting. But despite that, it's like in very good condition.
Hey, Gwennon, are you able to do an
Detect
arcana?
Yeah, I was just gonna check and see like what I've got for if I've got anything like detect magic or I have detect magic as a cantrip, or I could do an arcana roll, or I
Detect
could do
the
both.
detect magic, I believe, tells you the school,
Okay,
and
so
yeah, detect magic will tell you the school without you having to actually make the roll.
let's do an arcana roll and just see what we get.
Okay.
Not great. 15.
With a 15, you can't really tell.
Something else for Cantrell to look at then.
Or could I now cast the cantrip to see if if I detect magic, obviously that means there is something going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do that.
Okay, so you cast detect magic. Like, so 30-foot emanation bursts out from you. Let's see. Um. Okay, because it's different. So the magic, so your detection bursts out, but you don't sense any active magic in range.
Okay. So I would suggest we just bundle it up and have Cantrell have a look at it. Yes.
Right. So yeah, I'll keep that in my bags and bring it home with us, along with the
Who wants to
garnets.
carry the? Are you gonna carry the garnets and Kitra?
Yeah, I guess as well. I'll put those in my bag as well.
Oh, did I not move the map? I did not move the map. That's my fault. I'm sorry, guys.
So, according to the journal, we need to be careful of a certain a section of the caves, to which I'll point out.
Does it say what's in the caves specifically, or no?
Just gives a warning.
Whatever it is, we better get rid of it. I'll let me and Wolfie will take the lead. Quietly.
Okay. Wolfie is really agitated and does not want to move forward.
Wolfie, what's wrong?
Wolfie is growling rather loud.
She'll just pick up Wolfie and be like,
Like, you pick her up?
yeah.
Give me a nature check.
Okay.
Like, Wolfie really doesn't want to go any further.
That is a good old 9.
Yeah, she like squiggles out of your hands, and like she just there's something that way that just has her off put severely.
Okay, well, she'll just bet, well, then you stay, and I'll go look.
And when you try and walk past her, she like nips at your garments, and she tries to like hold on to you.
Wolfie, what's wrong? If you pull any harder, my pants are gonna come off. You want food?
Nope. You can give me a perception check.
That'll be a better roll for me. Oh, it is a way better roll. 28.
Wow. Okay. So so even in the low light condition that's here, and you look at the ground, you can see that there's several paw prints that are heavily trafficking this area. And again, you see those two paw prints, the large. So there's one set. So there's like paw prints that are roughly maybe a little bit bigger than the size of Wolfie, because Wolfie's medium size now. I mean, she's small. She's not medium, but I mean, there's like a little bit bigger than hers. And then you see two additional sets that are traversing the area, and then one of those sets is about twice the size as the ones that are walking around, and the other ones are about 2.5, close to 3 times the size.
Can I identify these tracks? Or
You can try. Give me your survival
okay,
or nature.
we'll do nature again. 19. Catherine, don't die on us.
Sorry about that. It's like it's the pollen. It's like really heavily pollinated right now, so it's like my allergies are just craptastic right now.
I went outside and I couldn't stop sneezing until I came back in.
Oh yeah, it's like yeah, it's nuts. I opened up my door because I thought somebody was knocking, and there's just like oh my god, it's like get out of my house, get out of my house. Like it's no, I'm not joking. Like you can like if you look like don't look at the sun, but if I look towards the sun, there is a noticeable haze that is not heat. That's how thick the pollen is right now. It's just like a thin cloud of tree nonsense in the air. Um, you with a 19, they look like wolf prints. But the largest set, you have no idea. You've never seen whatever made those prints before.
Wolf prints. Uh-oh, that's not good. No wonder why Wolfie doesn't want to go. That makes a lot of sense now. She's just gonna look at the party and look at Wolfie, and she's gonna say, "There are wolves up ahead. This is a wolf's den."
Right.
And,
What do you want to do?
Well, I do not want to partake in this battle if wolves are involved. I cannot kill a wolf. It's against my clan's viewpoint, and
Okay.
I'm also very connected to wolves. If there's some way that we can get the wolves out of their home without killing them, I'd rather do that.
All
If
right.
we have to kill them, I'm not partaking in this battle.
Do
Well-
we necessarily have to get them out if they don't threaten? If they're not an active threat, can we leave them?
You would know that if this cave is a den, anything in a large radius from here is considered their hunting grounds.
We could try to knock them out and then relocate them.
That's not gonna work either. They'd just come back.
What are our options?
We could try relocating them into a bigger den, but there's probably a good amount of them. Which is why Wolfie doesn't want to go any further.
We could try to lure them out and then trap them to relocate them.
You're gonna need
How's-
some big enough traps then.
How successful would relocating them be, though? Like,
With the 19 nature that Shathra rolled, she would know that you would. She's hesitant because you'd have to move them like miles away from the den, so that way they would. That way, it's worth their time more to find a new den than to track their way back to this one. And it would be like it couldn't be just a mile or two. Like you'd have to like several miles move them away.
But we could cage them and then just like put them on a wagon and then move them that way. You know what I'm saying?
That could work, but it'd be be many miles away.
okay. Does
Somebody
our
give me-
circus have secure wagons,
I mean, yeah,
or
'cause,
are
you know,
they
there's
occupied?
uh, there is like one caged wagon that's not really used. That's the one where the bear travels. But you know, since the bear chills in the trailer of its old owner, um, then there's no real need. Like it's like an extra trailer, you know. Basically, you know, like you know, like I said, the bear doesn't poop or pee in the trailer. It just smells like bear because the bear lives in it. There's nothing you can do about the smell of bear in that cabin. That's like it's almost permanent now. You'd have to like burn that trailer to get rid of the smell. But I mean, the bear, like I described before, the bear opens the door, goes out into the woods, does his business, comes back, and closes the door behind it. It's like, yeah.
If the cave only has one entrance, theoretically, if we could set up some sort of trap so that when the wolves come out to hunt, they have to go into a cage or an enclosure, we could trap them that way. But we may actually need help from the constable or something to have enough secure transport to move the wolves somewhere else.
I mean, we could load a bunch of meat or such inside the bear's extra cage since he's not using it, and try to lure the wolves into that, close them up, and then transport them.
But would they all fit? Like
That's
would one
you
cage
don't
be
know how many wolves
like
there are.
would that, I guess what I'm saying is do we need do we need more secure cages if we want to transport them safely and relocate them?
We would have to
Yes.
find out how many are in here.
We'd have to take a peek and see how many are in there.
Okay, I'm going to say this. We bring the extra cage over just in case we end up provoking the wolves and they start chasing. This way, we could try to get them inside the cage quickly, more or less.
It'll take
Does
you some
that sound
time.
good?
It would take you some time, but that's something you can do.
All right. For now, we could block up the entrance to the cave to make sure they don't, providing they are in here at the moment, which it does seem like. We could try to block up the entrance of the cave so they can't go missing, and then come back and surprise us or something. We're not. What we're trying to do is shows and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
It would take a sizable amount of stuff to block the cave entrance.
Oh, that isn't an option. Okay, would there be a
I mean,
way?
it's an option. It's just it's not going to be something that can be done quickly. And while you're setting this up, there is a chance you're going to run into whatever, like these wolves either coming or going.
Okay, do we have the technology, given what we have in our party and Yonk and everything else at our disposal? Would we be able to tranquilize them with some kind of potions or gas or something to effectively put them all to sleep so we could move them?
You would have to talk to Yonk, but that is not out of the realm of possibility. There are gases that have that effect. If you fail a save, you basically get put to sleep. Has the same thing as the sleep spell, um, but it's the same thing. Like if you injure or disturb too much, whatever is asleep, they're gonna wake up. But I mean, you can it can be done. Um, I would have to see at what level Yonk could produce and what effect that would have. But again, something doable, not right away. It has to be concocted. So, and then I have to figure out how long it takes for that to happen.
I think our best bet is just get some big slabs of meat and put it in the trailer and then lure them in there and then take them out. I mean, if that if that wagon is the size of a bear, I mean,
Well, I
might
mean,
fit.
it's way bigger than a bear. I mean, you could fit
Yeah,
like
it can
maybe you
fit.
could,
If it can fit a big bear in that wagon, it should be able to fit some wolves.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Worst case, what might be we might have to do like 2 runs or something to do it.
All
But
right,
we
so
only have sort of 2 weeks, and somehow I have a feeling that going and asking for a different plot of land is not a
an
good
option.
solution.
Nope.
I don't think that's an option at all.
Nope,
So
that
I
is
think
not.
we have to deal with what we have.
Mhm,
But it would be nice not to have to start out by murdering a pack of wolves.
mhm.
Nope, I'd rather not that.
All right. So we could try to get that set up. Um,
I'm not trying to influence you guys. I just think it's rather amusing from a DM perspective, seeing how the things you've done in the past, you're hesitant to massacre the den of wolves. However, almost everything else that's been in your way and has been considered an obstacle, you've been way more than gung ho about kicking down the door and shedding blood. just,
Look,
I
just
think
like
the
it's.
problem
look.
here, though, is we would really be upsetting terribly one of our party members, and I think that
Oh yeah,
is
I
what's
I
weighing
love it.
Not
into it.
just that,
The the
my beast aspect would be gone if I kill
the
a wolf.
the
Gone.
other thing that I'm wondering, sort of thinking back, is if we could smoke them out.
It's an option. You could try it. I'd have to make rolls to see how successful that is, but I mean, it is a thing. I mean, you're in a forest, and there is an abundance of
Add a
debris and
character.
trees.
Add a character. Shakra still hasn't told us about the bigger footprints yet. So
Oh, I have no idea what it is.
yeah. So you're not even mentioning that. So we're
I'm
not
more
even
worried
taking
about the
that
wolves.
into yeah. So that's what we're focusing on.
I love it. Alrighty, so
Fun thing about
so
being a DM, you never know what the party's going to do next, but it's never what you plan for.
I mean, hey, it's your story. You tell it. That's my philosophy.
The
Okay.
main thing
So
is if I kill a wolf, my beast aspect is gone.
I mean, that's a major driver, so I mean, I'm not gonna fault you for that.
Yeah.
so I say we set up the cart, put some food in it for the wolves, stake it out, and once the wolves go in, have some kind of mechanism to close it. That way, it keeps them in there. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
So if that's is that your final decision? Dun, dun, dun.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So you won't have enough time to get that done before nightfall to catch them when they're gonna be hunting. You know wolves are
We'll
primarily
just have to keep
nocturnal
an eye
hunters.
out.
Yeah. So I mean they're usually denned during the daytime and they come out at night where they have the tactical advantage to hunt.
So we'll keep an eye on the cave entrance, and if anything comes down the path, we watch, make sure it doesn't hurt anybody who's working in the circus, etc. We still got a lot of other areas here to still check out.
All right. So are you going to check out any of the other areas, or are you gonna start prepping the trailer
I'm
and
gonna,
getting the meat? Because I'll
I'm
let you
gonna
I'll,
start.
I'll I'll let you know now. You don't have enough meat in the circus camp that's extra to try and like lure a bunch of wolves into this thing.
I'm gonna start prepping the meat and the um the wagon.
All right.
I might go into town and buy some extra meat and start
You're
prepping the
you're
wagon.
you would either have to do that or you would have to hunt something as a fresh kill.
I think probably. I'm gonna go hunt something as a fresh kill.
Alrighty. Is anyone else gonna go with her, or are you and
Me
Wolfie
and
gonna?
Wolfie will.
I'll go with
Maybe.
her. Since I have a crossbow, I could snipe things from far away.
Giselle and I will come along because we're not staying in the cave.
Alrighty. Alright, so give me a second to move you guys. I love this. I was impromptu encounter. Alright, so let's see.
I mean, it is heavily wooded. Hopefully, there's deer.
Someone roll me a d4.
Sure.
3.
Okay. Okay, so give me a second here. Again. Was not ready for shenanigans. Let's see. Do I have? I do. Alright, give me a second here. Bunnies don't want to kill bunnies. Bunnies are,
I'm having a day.
dude, but bunnies are evil. Just ask Shadow Fox.
Especially the one from Monty Python.
Well, yeah, there's those bunnies, but
I hope he doesn't. Shadowfoss doesn't think that unifieds are evil.
I don't think so.
those were
Be right
killer
back.
bunnies, though they were in a different category.
Yeah, that's a different category.
And give me a second. Just yeah, that'll work. I'm just setting up a encounter thingy. So hold on.
That bear that we found wasn't rotted.
Yeah, that would have been
Yeah.
perfect.
Well, presumably, if there were parts that weren't rotted, they would have been claimed by the circus people, so that would possibly become part of the meat larder we have, which apparently still isn't enough. So.
I mean, you guys pretty much, get by hunting stuff in the woods and whatnot. It's way cheaper than having to, like, buy
Just
provisions. And let's grab you guys from over here. Oops.
Oop.
Mm. So you guys travel for about 2 to 3 hours, and you come across a clearing.
Ooh. We got moosies.
maybe we get both of them.
That's the plan.
Okay, give me a second here. I need to adjust the map. Okay, and that works. Perfect. All right.
Initiative.
Uh, they have not spotted you. They're grazing. So,
Crossbow
so,
out and loaded.
I do need initiative.
Ooh. I'm never getting that again. They're on that 20.
I got 10, so 19 for me.
Well, and the one time it doesn't matter, fortunately, I rolled low, so with my deception, that would be 15, but that's fine.
I'd add 29.
Dish, dish. Okay, add you guys. The thing. Come on. Don't pain in my butt. Okay, got turn. How are they? I had them on the wrong layer. Yep.
At least it solved my problem about not wanting to kill bunnies.
It was a
Yeah,
possibility.
we're killing moose now.
It was a possibility.
Or bucks. I don't know. Look like moose.
Well, it would take an awful lot of bunnies. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of bunnies. Alrighty. So
is
they.
Jethal going to participate too?
Yeah, he is. I just have to.
Great, great.
And Alrighty. So we have initiative. The moose do not seem to notice you guys.
Surprise round.
There's no real surprise. They just they lose an action. So Shotha, you're first.
Okay, I'm going to try and stealth my way to a tree.
Okay.
To this tree.
All right. Give me that stealth roll.
Very far away.
Remember, moving stealthily is half movement.
Okay. 20.
Okay.
And is Wolfie moving with me?
Wolfie will move with you. Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta switch back to the arrow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you can
do what?
move. So you can move.
I have 20, so I have to move 10 feet. Oh, that's gonna take me a long time.
Yeah. So you
Woo!
can. Yeah. So 20. So you can move 30 feet
Yeah.
total, and Wolfie
Yeah,
can
go
probably
to that.
move a bit. It can probably move a bit further than that from.
Okay, so I can get into this tree right here. And then
Okay.
Wolfie. Do I have to roll a stealth roll for Wolfie or no?
Yep.
Okay. Wolfie gets a stealth roll. Wolfie has a way better stealth roll than I do. Uh-oh. That's gonna be a 9 for Wolfie. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do a hero point. I have one
You
last
have.
one.
All right.
Did I use that? Oh crap! I don't know if I used the one. I don't remember if I used one.
Because you used to.
I did use two. Oh crap! Well, okay. Wolfie's got a 9. Thought I had one more. So let's
Where's
have
Wolfie moving to?
Wolfie's gonna be right behind me. Wolfie has a lot more movement than I do. Wolfie's gonna be like right in this tree. In front of me.
All right. Both the moose are alerted to Wolfie's presence. They don't seem to notice
Crap.
you, but they're on alert.
Okay.
Let's see. Animal intelligence. So it is going to like postures and like it bobs its head aggressively, and it's reared. It's like you think it's trying to scare Wolfie away, like it's
Oh,
snorting
they don't
and
see
like
Wolf.
shake.
Okay, so they don't see Wolfie the further. Try and get her like she's so tiny.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's smaller than they are. They're hoping, they're hoping it's just the one. So, because they don't see a pack, they just see the one. So they're not gonna run if they don't see a pack. So
Yeah.
they're just like, oh, So that wolf is, and then Jarthal. Let's see, what is Jarthal gonna do? He sees that Shothar's trying to sneak. Let's see. What's his stealth? Stealth is hot garbage.
Can't be worse than mine.
So let's see. What will you do, sir? What will you do? Alright. He's gonna try to be stealthy. Knows he's probably not gonna be stealthy. Yeah. 12. Yeah, so he's gonna move and try and duck behind this rock over here. That is his move. Okay, Shima, what are you doing? The moose seem to be alerted to what you guys are trying to do. They don't see. Well, I mean, the only thing that they seem to be wary of is the wolf because they're looking towards that heavy shrub where Wolfie is.
Mm-hmm. For all 3 movements, if I do stealth, I'm looking at. That's. I'll be around 50 feet. I can move. Maybe. Yeah.
You can
She's
still
gonna
move.
have her.
You can still move 50 with stealth.
Yeah,
Oh, bullshit.
because my movement is what 35. So if I use all 3 rounds to stealth,
Make a stealth check.
Yeah. That's gonna be 25.
Okay.
So
The moose don't seem to take notice of you.
okay, so let me just. I just want to calculate this because it's sort of like an odd number with half and whatnot.
Well, it would round down to whatever the even number is.
Okay, that would be 50. Yep, because it goes to 52.5.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would just round down.
so I can actually move to this tree here. That's what I am stealthing over here.
All right. As
And
far as you can tell.
I got my crossbow out, ready to strike.
All right, cool. As far as you can tell, the moose do not notice you. Gwennon, it's your go.
I'm only going to be of limited use, so I might be looking to, say, cast guidance or something like that. Ultimately, so I'm going to use all 3 actions to move, and I'll try to do it stealthily, and I'll try to get over by Jathal.
All right.
So my stealth roll is a, oh dear, but I'm on the road. Is a, I'm going to use a hero point.
That bad.
Yeah, really, Oh, much better. 17 and 3. Dirty 20.
Okay.
So I will move basically to where, can I move over here? Is that, or is that too far?
What's your total movement?
It would be 75 for the 3 divided by 2 would be 35, so about 35, 32, 30,
you can
30,
move
32 feet.
move right behind Jathal.
Oh, okay.
Is the farthest you can get. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So you
All right.
round down the couple feet, so basically.
Yeah. Because there's no half block in movement, so that's the trade off for stealth. So as far as you can tell, the moose have not noticed you. This moose goes, and it's going
I guess
to.
it would actually be half of that would be sort of 37. It's good enough.
So this one is going to do the same thing. It's just basically it doesn't move from its position. It just looks towards where Wolfie is and just snorts and just just like braces itself and just like shakes its head and just does the whole like the rutting like roar. Big old moose snots are coming out of its nose. All right, Shathra.
All right, Wolfie's gonna stay right where she is And I'm gonna keep stealthing my way closer.
Okay.
Oh, great. That's a big fat 12. 10 more into the bush. And I'm gonna try and do more of a wider area.
You can
I got
see,
nothing to hide behind, but
you can see the moose eyeing you.
she's just in a wave.
And like, they snort and shake their head.
Yep, just in a wave awkwardly. And that's it.
Okay. I love this. All right, let's see.
Try not to pose a threat to the moose. At least not yet.
Alrighty, so let's see. Is it going to? Oh yeah, it's totally going to.
It's totally to charge me.
Alright, so
That moose is not trying.
oh, it's not gonna try. It's,
Oh, no.
it is not gonna try. It is going to charge you. So like that moose.
No better you than the cleric.
All right. So this guy, let me just double check, make sure. 'Cause it moves 30. Oh yeah, it's right on you.
Oh no.
Right
Should have
on
went
you.
outward more.
Yeah, it just like just gallops right at you, and just thunk.
Well, apparently this moose is definitely not a pansy.
Yeah. So
No, this is going well.
yeah, and the only reason why I do this is because I'm not trying to cheese you. I have friends and family who hunt moose. This is how moose act. You need to be really careful when you hunt moose because they have a tendency to charge. And if a moose charges you and you're not behind a Humvee, you're pretty much toast.
Darn, we didn't bring our Humvee with us today.
I am a Humvee.
All right, let's see. I need a fortitude save, please.
Ooh, I am a Humvee. That's a 32.
32.
Wait, am I doing math right? 19 plus 12 is what?
31.
31.
Wow. All right. So you are not stunned by it hitting you with this, but it does hit you for a crit.
What?
Well, a 19 plus a 12 is a lot more than your AC.
19 plus a 12?
Yeah. That's why I like
What?
They're
He rolled as much as I did?
I'm looking at 19. It has a plus 12 to its attack.
Holy shit.
So, yes.
Yeah, that's a crit.
So yeah, that's
That's 10 more than my AC.
I have a love for tough animals. I have I have a lot of respect for DMs that don't use the same type of monsters but can send things at you that are damaging just as much as like the tropey stuff that most adventurers deal with.
My other DM gave us a undead T-Rex.
Oh, that's just out of Cholt. Like if it
Yeah, that is Cholt.
Yeah, if it doesn't spit bees, then that's the easy one.
No, he spit Zambies. He
Oh,
made zombies.
he spit. He spit the he sent the zombie one after you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys are near the end. All right. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
So
we
let's
are.
see. So I've played the adventure. It is not for the faint of heart. All right. So let's see. It's 14. So you're going to take, ma'am, from the antlers, 28 piercing damage.
Oh my
Holy,
lord.
holy butts. That's a lot of damage.
It was a
You
crit.
said 28?
Yep. And then it is going to rear up with its last action and
Great.
and try and drop a hoof on you.
Oh, great. He's trying to stomp on me.
All right, does dirty 20 hit you?
Dirty 20 now.
Okay, then you're
I'm
fine.
not raging, so no.
All right, so you're fine. He stomps past you. But yeah, but you do get knocked into the next square because he did actually charge you. Alrighty,
Okay.
Drathal, seeing that you know it's on. It's like he's
It's
like,
on like Donkey Kong.
all right, so let's see. Your movement, sir, is 30. All right, so let's see. That. Where can you go? Alright, so if I go 30, that is one segment. Alright, cool. That is. He jets out behind the rock and heads over here. And then he Captain America's his star knife at the moose. Oof, some not great rolls, sir. Some not great rolls. So let's see. So 21. Okay, so the first one hits. The second one is not going to hit. So you do one hit. The second throw misses, but the first one does hit. Not horrible. Take some damage. Okay, Jathal did his thing. Shima, it's your go.
Crossbow the other one.
Oh, wait, why is it? They're both taking damage. Why are they both taking the same amount of damage? Oh, give me a second here. Is it because I made a copy? Oh, that's because I made a copy. Okay, so let's see. You are the 15. So let's delete you. No, you're the 22. Yeah, you are the 15. Alright, so let's drag another one out. Why are you doing that? You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be a different monster. Roll 20. What's your deal? There's. You can't let me roll 20. Freaking linked. I don't know what's going on. Why are you doing this? It's like you. all my other monsters are acting fine and normal, and you want to screw the pooch. Why? 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 Um, all right, so let me do
Because
this.
nothing can be easy.
All right. Total 50. All right, so I realize I picked 7. Oh dear God.
Oh,
It's like, oh, so bad. That is a very bad joke. It's so bad.
Oh no. Oh, I love that.
It's so, that was so bad. Alrighty. So you're
uh,
gonna so you're shooting at this one, right, Shima?
yep.
All right, cool.
So
I get it. Clever. Tell that to my 7-Up vendor at work.
that's gonna
It's a
be
total dad joke.
a 27 to hit.
27 hits does not crit.
All right. And that's gonna be 10 points of damage.
Totally saving that for later, though.
Reload and
Okay.
fire again.
All right.
And that's gonna be -5, right?
Yeah. The crossbows are not agile. Yep. It's -5.
All right, so that's gonna be 18 to hit.
That meets. So you hit.
All right. And that's gonna be 9 points of damage.
Okay. Gwennon.
Okay.
There's a
I am
whole lot
going
of
to
shaking
take
going on.
off. Yeah. Um, if I use all of my turns to sprint, can I move 150 feet?
If you use if what's your movement? 30 or 35?
25.
25.
That's gonna be 75 feet.
That's
Just
75
seven.
feet.
Just 75 I can move? Okay.
Yeah. There's
So,
movement in Pathfinder doesn't do the double like it does in 5e.
oh, okay.
Uh,
So now, so let me just pull up an arrow then here or whatever to do the
The
snap.
ruler.
Do I want the, okay, there, I think that's the ruler.
underneath
Oh, they changed
underneath
the
the nine.
icons. Okay.
Yeah, they did
So
underneath the magnifying glass.
if I go here, that's 20 to there. And then from here, 20, 55, 20, that would be 60, that would be 80, right? So I can move to there. All right, so I am going to use my turn. Yeah. All right, back here. I'm going to use my turn to move. I think it was it this square I got to here?
This one.
Okay, that one there. Yeah, and I'm sort of hidden behind the tree a little bit, but I'm getting close enough that I could at least heal Bathra.
Okay.
Okay, that's my move.
Alrighty. So this guy is going to. I'll charge at the one who stuck an arrow in it. Mm.
This is going great.
Ow!
Thunk.
Attempt to use the tree as cover. Did not work.
Okay. So that's a 24 to hit. I know that hits you.
Yeah,
You're not,
by 2
you're not.
points.
All right. So you don't get crit. You will take. What's that? You will take 13 points of piercing damage. and then it will try and drop a hoof on you. That's a crit.
Uh-oh.
Great.
I can only heal one person at a time.
Yes. Drop the boot.
No!
Okay, decent roll. I'll take that. 23.
23.
Yep. Of bludgeoning damage. And that is its go. And you get knocked that way. Charge. Shathra, your go again.
All right, it's time to rage.
Okay.
I always remember how many temporary hit points I did.
You're either, I think, 5 or 7 at this point. Something like that.
Plus your level plus your constitution. Okay. 7. I'm at 7. Alright. And I do be raging, so get +1.
ABR, always be raging.
Yep, always be raging. Okay, I'm gonna swing with my axe. Right. 15.
15 does not hit the moose.
God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna swing again. Oh my god. Wait. That's gonna be a dirty 20 and then -5. Back to 15. Alright, great. Well, I missed. Wolfie!
Charge.
Oh, Wolfie! She's gonna try and bite his ankles. One action to move and one action to try and bite the ankles. And not again. Why did this is 2 me roll 20? Alright. 21. Wolfie does better
21
than
will-
I do.
The 21 will hit. Wolfie takes a chunk out.
Alright. 1d8 of damage. Yeah. What? 1, 3. 3 whole damage. Not a 1. On the die.
Wait, is Wolfie's strength modifier still at 0?
No. It's at 3. Well, it's at 2. It's at 2 strength. So
Yeah,
it's
'cause
+2.
that's the strength attack, so it should be D8 plus 2.
Yeah. 3. I got a 1.
Oh! Okay. Okay. So I just thought you weren't adding damage that was available
No,
to
I
you.
was. No, I was. It's a 1.
Oh man. All right.
That's it.
So that moose is gonna go. Wolfie this is not seen as a threat. So
Yeah, the orc with the giant axis.
let's see. Ooh, let's try that. That's
I don't like the sound of that.
All right. So it does this weird bucking motion and it turns towards you and it basically tries to give you 2 boots to the face.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Ooh, that is. I'll take a picture if you don't believe. I rolled 2 18s. You're not having a good day.
No, I'm not having a good day.
That's that's gonna hurt you.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
gonna hurt a lot.
all
Well,
right,
I'm
so
getting fucked by a moose.
all right, so let's see. Well, the good thing for you is that the attacks do count as separate maps. So it's a 30 for the first one, which is a crit. Correct.
Yes, it is. 10 more than
Okay.
my 20 AC.
All right, you're not gonna like that one because this attack is not.
That hurt?
It's gonna hurt a lot. So let's just roll the crit first.
Oh, joy.
Oh, I rolled a 1 as one of the die, so that's okay. But I mean, it's still.
Yes, my brother provides
25,
wonderful commentary.
25. Ooh, that is 31 points of damage from one hoof.
Oh, joy.
Let's see. So it has to take the map. So that brings it from a 12 down to a 7, which is not a crit against you, but
Thank
still a hit.
goodness.
But still a hit because you're raging, so I can hit
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, you
But
can.
the nature of this hit provides me an extra die, which is why I like it.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
It's like a flourish, but it's like a flourish for moose. It's great.
Maybe in another campaign we'll come back as a moose. Wow.
Moose folk.
The moose folk.
So let's see.
Maybe I need to worship moose instead of wolves.
All right. So that's another 28 from the second hoof.
Yeah, I am very much almost almost down. I have a
Alrighty.
good old 7 HP left.
Alrighty. Let's see. And then it's going to. Alright, so it
No,
boomed you.
please
It's
don't
looking
crit
the other
fish.
way. No, it's. Well, no, that only cost me 1 action.
What? That was all in one action?
Yeah.
What is this, a monk moose?
I told you, this is like a horrible attack.
Having this amazing vision of a moose character, right? A moose folk dressed up as a monk, like with the little headband on and everything.
It's like, yeah. Actually, wait.
Boy.
Did an extra. Okay, so it would still be 2 separate attacks. Yeah, okay, so 2 separate attacks. So that's 2 attacks. Okay, so then the second one would have been at a minus 10, 18. Does an 18 hit you?
No.
Even while you're raging?
No, I have an AC of 20
Alright,
when I'm
so
raging.
Alright, so then you can take off the 28. That would have missed.
Thank goodness.
I read the math wrong.
That was
And
scary.
And that's an outright miss. Yeah, well, moose ain't nothing to fuck with. All right, so that moose is done. Drathal is going to do that. Actually, he's just gonna step up to it.
Oh, that's different.
Well, because you moved up to striking range of a fucking rampaging like moose. It's like he's not gonna let you get squished by it. It's over here bucking around like a crazy thing. Oh, that's not bad. It's actually one of your better rolls, sir. Let's see. So that's going to be. So that first one is definitely a crit. Second one is a hit and not a crit. So let's resolve the crit first. Oh wow, damn, I was trying to fucking make up for that last round, huh?
Apparently my round too.
36. First one, and then the second one is a hit. That's just some normal damage. God damn, Jethal. 14. Yeah, this one's down. Jethal.
Nice.
Wow.
My
Yeah,
goodness.
Jethal just came in and like gutted this thing, and it just drops. All right, Shima.
Tiger stance. Flurry of blows. First one's gonna be 27 to hit.
27 is a hit, but not a crit.
Ooh, that's gonna be 12 damage.
Okay.
Second part of flurry of blows is gonna be. So that's -4 because this one's agile. 22 to hit.
Okay, that's another hit.
That is gonna be 11 points of damage.
Okay, still up. Not looking great.
And one more hit. And then, ooh, nice roll. -8 this time. It's gonna be +5. Well, I haven't even taken in my striking hand wraps either, so
I'm never gonna remind you.
I know. Let's see. That's gonna be 20. Oh, it's gonna be over 23, so
Yeah, it's dead.
so any hit points I hit, it's gonna be down.
Yeah.
Okay. I took this one down all by myself.
Never, but I feel Shather definitely does feel very ashamed as a hunter.
You're occupied on the wolves.
Yeah. I'm more focused on trying to relocate them.
All right. So you've gotten part A. So you've secured way more than enough meat. One of these would be enough for a pack. So you
We at least
basically
keep everyone.
have you have meat for your trap and meat for the circus. So you know,
Yeah.
they're
Win-win.
Two
you
birds
know
with one stone. Or two
everyone's
moose with one stone.
everyone's gonna be super happy that they got
Food.
scraps of bear and like a whole moose. So yay! So we're gonna call it here because it's getting close to 5, and you're not gonna have enough
In my
time to
case,
act.
8.
Well, yeah.
So now will there be time for like I guess what I'm wondering is that should I expend an action or use my turn to heal Shastra at this point, given how badly injured she is?
We're out of combat, so you can do all the healing you want.
I would say pride. No, I mean there's no point. We're gonna probably rest at some point, anyway. So
Okay. as long
Hopefully,
as
we
you're,
won't be fighting anything else.
Yeah, as
as
long as we're
long
not
as,
finding anything else for
yeah,
the day.
Yeah,
So I
no, I
should be
mean
fine.
it's gonna take you like the rest of the day to
Set the
basically
trap.
to well actually to get the moose, because moose are very heavy,
Yeah.
back over to the camp, process it,
Set
and
everything
then
up.
set everything up. So basically, it's going to take a while. So again, like I said, you're not going to be able to set the trap up for tonight because you're going to be prepping, but you will be able to set it up for the second night. So basically, this is this is night
Yeah.
1 of your 2 weeks passing.
Jimmer will take a watch to keep an eye on the cave entrance.
So are you going to be sitting outside the cave, or are you going to be basically being far enough away where you can watch the cave entrance?
Far enough where I can watch the cave entrance.
All right.
Yeah.
I will get rolls next campaign session day for that.
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
probably should just plan to do, because it's really not a secured area and we don't know entirely what is there. And we know that there are certainly hazards. I think probably we should look at mounting watches
Yeah.
as next time for sure. Like when we start up next time. Assume that we're doing watch duty.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. This is not the only show that we have. Let's see, it's bot up.
Yeah, it's up.
Yay, the bot's up.
Yay.
So we have shows Monday, Tuesday, and we have alternating shows on Saturdays. And then the first Saturday of every month, we have our podcast / lore show. So Monday, hopefully, fingers crossed, our DM, Zoro, she's been going through a rough patch. So hopefully things are better. And Monday, you'll get some Mass Effect craziness. That is a really good campaign. If you're not caught up with it, I would highly suggest going to our YouTube. Let's see, it should be YT, right? I thought it was YT. Go to our YouTube. All of our currently running games are there, as well as some of our recent past games. Mass Effect is super good, super funny. That crew is doing some crazy stuff. It's like every time I walk in on that campaign, I'm just like, it's like Firefly with like less of the serious stuff. It's just just more random shootouts and shenanigans. So Tuesdays, we have our longest running campaign, which is Destiny Forged. We're in season 3 of that campaign, and we just had like the weirdest fucking train ride from hell, past day glow zombies. It there's a lot. Don't ask. There's a lot of weird shit. Go back, watch the VODs. It's just a lot of weird shit happening in that campaign. I'm waiting for someone to have to roll like some sort of psychosis roll, if we haven't already, because there's just a bunch. Like it's like we're talking some horror fest, creepy pasta bullshit happening. So it's just I don't even know how to classify it. It's just right now we're in the middle of a horror campaign, and some giant celestial like dragon monster might erupt from the main city on like the island that we're on and nuke the world. So no big whoop.
Fun.
Just it's a typical Tuesday for us. Yeah, and then on the alternate Saturday, so next Saturday, we will have Withered Waste, which is a magic apocalypse campaign where basically the party is trying to wash away the last remnants of a arcane apocalypse that was brought about by our lovely friends, the Kami Roskins, who just have no. The Kami Roskins suck. Like, watch previous campaign sessions. It's like all the horrible shit that happens in like in that campaign. It's just the dart automatically goes and lands on fucking Kamiroska because it's either they're actively doing it or they did some dumb shit in the past and currently it's doing some dumb shit. So yeah, just just f those guys like right in the ear. Um, and then again, like I said, on the first Saturday of every month, we have our lore show where we discuss stuff regarding our campaigns, upcoming campaigns, previous campaigns, characters, world building, ideas for world building, things like that. So it's like a really like if you really want like a good insight into the mindset of the players and the DMs for our community, that's definitely a must watch because we got some funky ideas and crazy stuff going on in our heads. So it's always fun to share that stuff with everybody. And then here you have us guys. We're Wanderers, where I take these crazy circus performers through, a bunch of nonsense to try and, save not the world, but a good chunk of it. You know, currently. So we'll see what happens. I'm rooting for them. But that's pretty much it, guys. So we will talk to you on the flip, and you guys have an amazing day.
Later.